So this exercise is for a patellar tendinopathy. They're very clear to identify. So just below your kneecap where the tendon is, it's very sore. You can't sleep with your leg bent up. You do squats, it absolutely kills through here. It comes from overload injury. It's a tendinopathy, so the tendon doesn't know how to heal itself anymore. So there's things that can help a tendinopathy heal. The research is showing isometric contractions for lots of 45 seconds, done 2 to 3 times a day, helps with pain and also beginning loading of the tendon. Then we go into eccentric loading where you're strengthening while you're lowering this way and then come up on the other leg, strengthen while you're lowering, come up on the other leg without going so deep that it exacerbates pain. When you work with tendinopathies in terms of strengthening, you're doing no more than a 2 out of 10 pain. If it goes beyond the 2, then you stop for that day or reduce the load or reduce the, don't go so deep in the exercise. Tendinopathies take quite a while to go away, or they can do. Things that can speed up the healing beyond doing the isometric work in a graduated way. Because if you do too much, it'll stir the tendon up. And if you don't do enough, it doesn't really do much. Okay. You need to deload activities that are causing the issue too. Taping helps immensely, all the way down the rectus femoris muscle to here. Taping across here helps very well. Taping that goes across here helps very well too. Some Chinese herbal liniments can be extremely useful. One that translates as evil bone water. That's extremely beneficial from my experience. Can help things clear up with the right treatment within a month generally. It can be very specific to people though, and also the gelatin vitamin C protocol, that's very useful. Okay, so that's 50 milligrams of vitamin C with gelatin melted in boiling water, 1 tablespoon of gelatin with vitamin C, so a Tetra Pak of orange juice is good. It needs 50 milligrams of vitamin C, and you take that 3 times a day. Then you wait an hour for that to be available into your system, and then you do the isometric or the loading exercise for the tendon, for the patellar tendon or other tendons too. And you do that 3 times a day, and that can really speed up the healing from my experience because it brings collagen back into the tendon. So if you do isometric work or squats on a slant board like I have here, it really puts the load directly into the tendon. So it's a good thing to do. And there's other ways of making a slant board if you don't have one. So a lot of gyms have them these days, which is great, but you can shift your own way of doing it, which I'll show now. So I can set up 2 dumbbells, my heel on the dumbbell, same position, have the ball here, still doing the same thing. So you've got some kind of slant board action going on with the dumbbell. Another way you can do it is 2 bigger plates, so 15, 20 kilo plates, maybe 25 kilo plates because they're thicker, bumper plates. And you pop that like that. So it'll give you a slant. And then we're standing like that. And what you need is about 20 to 30 degree angle. We don't need to really go much higher. And you're going to be standing like this, that way. So we're going to have a forward bend. So there's pressure that's going right in my knee here now. If I was to stay more upright and squat, it'll go more in here too. Okay, so it sort of depends what you want to do. I'm using a ball. I'll pop a ball between my thighs here. So it creates an inward compression here that helps open the back of the pelvis, which helps create more space in the hips. And with this exercise, we're getting movement going in the pelvis. It's the same kind of movement we do when we walk and we run, okay? And it makes a good connection through the knees, the hips, knees into the feet this way. This can be done with a band around the knees so it has a preferential contraction of the glutes too, so you can play with both. Standing with my feet about hip width apart. I'm popping the ball in the adductors, so not really between the knees even, but in the adductors so there's more sensation through there. I'm bending my knees to a degree where I can feel it tensioning through here, And then I bend forward about 45 degrees. So my back is straight. So I'm not like this. I'm not like this. Just straight, so-called arrow spine through the top of the head to the tailbone. I've got a squeeze of the ball, maybe about 3 out of 10, tension with the ball. And I'm feeling into the tripod of the foot. So if you don't know what that is, you need to know for most standing-based exercise. So center of the heel, knuckle of the big toe, knuckle of the little toe, the even pressure going through there, okay? So I feel that even pressure. And then I'm just moving one knee forward, one knee back. So this motion actually comes from my pelvis, making this motion here. So it'll create clearance in the joints here, in the hip joint, and it'll affect the sacroiliac joint, it'll affect the lower back, affects the pelvic floor muscles, and you're essentially getting mostly an isometric force through the patellar tendon, but you're getting connections going through the entire leg, so it's helping to clean up any biomechanical issues. So ultimately, you can get back to running. Okay, so this tends to occur with runners, martial arts people, weightlifters. This can occur, this kind of injury. And you do this until the thighs are fried, or it might be the adductors get fried, or the tendons had enough. So you feel like it's built up to a 2 out of 10, ideally staying less. And if you want a time, you're working on 4 sets of 45 seconds, build up to 4 sets of 1 minute. So to progress this, just start transferring the weight somewhat over into one leg than the other, okay? So if, say for example, my left knee is the one with the issue. So I've got that feeling through the tripod, got that bend in the knee, some loading here, bent forward, got this movement here. So I don't want anything like this, to no side at all. It's just forward and back, and see how my hip turns here. So my head's staying in the center too. I'm not doing this. So I've just got a central axis I'm rotating around. So as I get better at this and the knee's tolerating really well, then I start to put more pressure over here, over this way. So I'm maybe about 80% of my weight stays here. So it'll load it really well. So I'll do a set there. Then my next set, load the other side, 80%. So gradually over weeks, you're moving into where it's pretty much, so about 99% of your weight is in the affected side, still got this motion going. So it's a bit more of a tricky movement to do. So you have no side motion, it's just that forward and back. And you particularly focus on pulling the knee back rather than pushing the knee forward. Pull the knee back, whichever one you're pulling back. Focus on pulling that back. And we don't want to go over 2 out of 10 tension. We work on 4 sets. This can be done 5 days a week. It's a really good frequency to do this with.